Thanks for clicking on Wayne.com for the final edition of Inside the Zone here on Wayne TV. Justin Kitty for the News Sentinel, as always, joining us. And you know what? You guys in the News Sentinel dropping a bombshell today. I thought we were just going to talk Woodland, then give out our postseason awards. But Chris Svarczkopf stepping down, retiring as the head coach at Bishop Dwenger after 15 seasons leading the program. Just your take on Coach the General calling it a career, at least as far as the sidelines go today.
Well, Coach Svarczkopf and I go back even before coaching. He was my senior economics teacher at Northside, back where he was an assistant for Coach Dorfler over at North.
You're dating yourself a little bit.
Right, a little bit. And then, of course, did a great job in 15 years at Bishop Dwenger. In every interaction I had, both in the classroom and on the sidelines with Chris Svarczkopf, just a tremendous guy, cared about his students / players. And that was always at the forefront for Coach Chris Svarczkopf, is he was always molding young men, always bigger than football, and he just did a tremendous job both as a coach and as a mentor for so many players. And even on Twitter, as this story broke, so many people chiming in on just what Coach Chris Svarczkopf meant to them. So one of the good ones, calling it a career today.
Yeah, that's one of the things that definitely stuck out in the number of times that we've gone over to practice or covered him in a game or just chatted with him wherever you were at, is that, you know, football was always kind of a means to an end for him. It was the developing of young men, the developing of character. That's kind of the imprint I think he leaves. I mean, you take a look at 149 and 49. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
The state title in 2015, 6 SAC titles. I believe it was 5 semi-state titles, 10 regionals, 11 sectionals. Those are all pretty impressive numbers, especially in what is, you know, a 15-year time period. But just the way he carried himself and the way that he built that Dwenger program in terms of building young men, I think that's what has to stick out about his tenure at Bishop Dwenger.
Yeah, you know, you're so quick to judge people based on wins and losses, but it was so much deeper with Coach Chris Svarczkopf. It's so much deeper with a lot of coaches, and especially at a place like Dwenger, where you are expected to carry yourself in a certain way and represent the school in a certain way. And Chris Svarczkopf never deviated from the right way in representing that program, representing the school, and really being an ambassador for that school and program, and really being a mentor to so many young kids that grew up to be coaches themselves and football players and successful in life and in creating families. I mean, in so many ways, he impacted a lot of people.
And nice to see, obviously, you know, with Ernie Bojrab running the show, they won the state championship with Chris recovering from cancer. But nice to see him come back and to have the kind of success after that as a head coach, including, you know, a trip to semi-state this year. If you just want to talk about on-the-field stuff, off-the-field stuff, you know, one of the greatest guys I think that I've ever had a chance to cover in terms of, you know, high school, college, pros, whatever. Just a genuinely nice human being.
Yeah, you know, you run into so many people that when the camera's in front of them or the microphone's in front of them, put on a different persona of what they are, but there was no difference between the on-air Chris Svarczkopf and the behind-the-scenes Chris Svarczkopf. You knew you were getting, anytime you got a hold of him and called him or went out to practice, he was always so welcoming to come out to practice and thanked you to come out. And yeah, I remember before the semi-state game going out there to do a story on Jacob Fabini and his dad Jason, and Chris coming over to shake my hand afterwards and thanking me for coming out to practice and stuff. He's just genuinely warm person and always appreciated what people did for the sport, for the program, and just did so much for so many people and that school for so long.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have the words to put into, the vocabulary to put into words, just kind of what he meant to Dwenger, what he meant to those young men. But there's always just that vibe when you go out to Dwenger football that these guys were on a mission. They knew what they were doing, but they also knew, man, this is a lot bigger than football. So congratulations on a great career to Coach Chris Svarczkopf. You will be missed on those Friday night sidelines.